My computer. All right. So I guess just to start us off this week, we are reading about or talking about parenting, the importance and responsibilities of mothers and fathers. Um, so to start off with question one, if you are a woman and feel like that nurturing doesn't come naturally to you, should you disregard the admonition in the family proclamation? How do you feel about that?
I don't think so. I personally feel like, I don't know, like just because something doesn't come naturally to you, like I don't think that you should discard it. I think a lot of things don't come naturally, but God still asks you to do them. So even if you feel like you're naturally a nurturer and you're a mother, I think that you should try your best to become more nurturing because Christ, I think, is nurturing in a way too. So like in all you're like becoming more Christ-like. But yeah, I think that if he asks you to do it, you should do it and like try to become more nurturing, even if it doesn't come naturally to you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like that. I think just for my wife, I think the way I see her is that I think it's not you can never know what to expect when it's your first kid, and
Yeah.
I think um, with her eagerness to learn and to do better is what makes her a great mother. And I
Yeah.
think if you have that drive, then that's going to make you a great mother, anyways,
Hmm.
And just if you have that willingness, because you definitely learn every day being a parent.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so it's just one of those things that, you know, you learn every day. No, yeah, thank you for answering that, Emma. Appreciate that.
Perfect. Yeah.
Um, and so the next question is what doctrinal or practical insights did you gain as you listened to Brother Rarick's devotional address?
Um,
Trying to actually find that. Was that
yeah.
posted in the this week's module?
Let me try to find it too.
Probably was.
I think it was like, yeah, if I remember correctly, it was like maybe. Uh,
Um, okay, yeah, I found it. It's for the three P's of fatherhood.
yeah.
Um, let's see. So I guess just the quote that Sherry Serena's talked about the quote. It says he has a professor of family studies, a father of four children, and one who has spoken in countries all over the world about the importance of fathers. I take issue with the wisdom expressed by both Katy Perry, a daughter, and my English acquaintance in Hyde Park, a father of three children. These ideas perpetuate a vicious lie about how much fathers need their children and children need their fathers. Um, so let's see. So I guess
Well,
that. Sorry, go ahead.
oh, oh, okay. So back, I guess the question, like, what doctrine and practical insights did you gain? I feel like his, like, obviously, like, kind of like from that quote, but he like talks about like the difference between moms and like dads and like their roles a little bit. Um, and I thought it was like, I don't know, interesting to hear because I don't know, like I feel like obviously the family proclamation like very like bring like says like the different roles, but I do feel like it was like a good reminder to like know that like we do have like different roles as like a father and a mother, and those like are there for a reason, and like they do, I don't know, like complement each other in a way, but that doesn't mean that I think you need to like compete with like each other's like roles, you know? And I don't know, it helped me understand like the responsibilities as a father or as a mother are like are like or more like responsibility than they are like this is a checklist or like a task that I need to do, I feel like
Right.
too. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
think yeah, I mean I agree. So it's kind of more of a general rule of thumb, if
Hmm.
anything, because there are some tasks that, fathers can do that mothers can do and vice versa, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it's just about the give and take within the relationship.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing something. I think it could have been the stake president that my wife and I met with in Rexburg before we got married said something along the lines of how a lot of the time we hear, in the relationship, you're supposed to give 50-50, right?
Hmm.
But it's more, you need to give 100%. Each spouse needs to give 100%, 100%, not the whole 50-50. And I think
Yeah.
that's something that really applies to this guy's talk. Because if we're given 100% each, we're both doing our own roles and each other's roles just to help out get the job done at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, I need to pull the journal back up. There we go. Um, what similarities over what similarities or overlap do you see between Brother Rarick's devotional address and Dr. Colson's article?
Um, I think both of them like talked about how we both have like mothers and fathers have very very like they do have different and distinct roles, but they are like both equally important for God's plan. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I like how they both like talked about like the idea of unity and like being a partnership in your marriage, like between
Right.
spouses, like you're like a partnership. Um, yeah, and I like how they talked about how like good families come from husbands and wives that like work together and are more unified
Yeah.
and support each other. So,
Yeah, no, definitely.
yeah.
Where is that one found at? I'm trying to find it to read to just
Let's see.
because I'm trying to
You're cool.
because it was
Let's see.
Dr. Colson.
Um,
This is not because I don't see it in mothers as nurturers.
yeah, let me try to find it.
Yeah, 'cause I just wanted to look at something again.
Mm,
I kind of, I guess it's okay. Just based off of what you shared too, it almost seems kind of I feel like maybe a little redundant to ask that question to see what the overlap is because I think as far as questions or as far as the roles of mother and father, or just husband and wife, right? It's all like pretty plain and simple.
mm-hmm.
Um, I don't, I think sometimes we, as humans, we can make it more complex than that sometimes. Like you said, with competing against each other, like
Yeah.
who does more, who does what, what's more difficult. And I think if we take that out of it, take that all that extra ness of kind of like how the world sometimes views it,
Mm-hmm.
then it becomes a lot easier, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And of course, it's easier said than done, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
um, but uh, I think as long as we can really strive to do that and obviously include Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ within our marriage and our family, and like what you said earlier, uh, if we, you know, help each other out as much as we can,
Mm-hmm.
then as I guess as we do that within our marriage, then our kids will see that, and then they'll want to imitate that as well, and it creates a good habit
Yeah,
down for future generations.
for
So
sure. Yeah.
yeah, so I really like that you saed that. That's what had me thinking about that. Just you know, if our kids see that, then it's a positive impact that we're making on their lives.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, awesome. Well, that is. Oh, here we go. Okay, there's actually one more question. How do you think moms and dads can use their unique roles and responsibilities to work together as equal partners?
I think communication's like a big one. Like if you I don't know, like I think that kind of like what you were saying about how like, oh, you're doing too much or I'm doing too little or things like that. Like I think communication like can like if you're having good communication then that doesn't like play as big of a role of come like being in competition with your spouse. Like I think it's like, oh, I feel like I'm doing all the dishes and I need you to help me out. I'm stressed out. Like if you're communicating, then I feel like that and always like you're being more like a team player than you are like, oh, I'm competing against you in a
Right.
way. So I think, yeah, like especially with like kids, like I think it's hard because kids are hard in itself. So like if somebody's having, a hard time one day and the other person doesn't know that, communicating that is really important, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Um, and I think it comes back to it again too, that give and take, like
Hmm.
I think it also plays with, the nonverbal communication. So if you can see that your spouse is struggling, right?
Hmm.
Um, with the kids and everything like that, then, it's important to take those steps to show that you're helping, show that you care, because
Hmm.
actions speak louder than words.
Yeah,
And I think
for
that's
sure.
a big one. So
Yeah, I like that.
awesome, cool.
Perfect.
Well, Emma, thanks for meeting again.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask. I am going back to work next week. So I've been out of work for a little bit more than 2 months now. Um, but do you think we can meet next week at 6? So that would be 6 my time, so 4 your time. Does that work
Yeah,
for you?
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. Does
Yeah,
that work?
that would be perfect. Yeah.
Okay, awesome, sweet. Well, thank you, Emma. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you, you too. Bye.